Evans, who's got a call up at the moment for the Wales under-21s for their upcoming qualifier against Moldova. Trying to organise this Waterford defence here. It's the outswinging corner. Kelly climbing just over his head. Good header away by John Martin. Back in by Livingston. It's a wonderful save. That is absolutely outrageous from Brian Murphy. It looked in as soon as he let fly there, Conor Livingston.
I suppose one of the mottos around here, the things that I know that some of the board will keep telling you, that success isn't always a straight line. You know, you're going to have your hiccups along the way. This season didn't go off to a great start for Bohemians, but not like last season where there's only 18 games. There's still plenty of matches to try and rectify it.
Here's an opportunity. Dawson Devoy, his left foot gets his shot away, and that one not too far wide. You can tell by his reaction, he thought that had every chance, but just to the right-hand side of Brian Murphy's left-hand post. Tierney with the layoff for Livingston. And the gory man out to the right-hand side, taken instantly by Ali Coote, and off goes Andy Lyons. Test here for Cian Brown, who's struggling to keep pace with him inside towards Dawson Devoy. And Bohemians make the breakthrough. The young guns heavily involved again. And Waterford's brave first half resistance crumbles 37 minutes in. Fantastic sweeping move from Bohemians. And a goal swept home by Dawson Devoy. Now Ali Coote to stick this corner into the penalty area. Georgie Kelly didn't reach him. Rory Feely back into the mix, and there's the second goal. Ross Tierney heads in from close range. It's all going right late on in this first half for Bohs.
180 there from Ross Tierney. Brilliant stuff. Well, you know, I was talking to a colleague a few weeks ago. We were just saying Ross Tierney, he's got a brilliant leap for a player of his height. And he tends to get around the back post in moves like that, trying to pick up on a loose ball. And that's a brilliant header there. Brilliant power in it. He got up well and just stuck the head onto the ball and was into the back of the net. Brilliant stuff from Ross Tierney.
It has been something quite noticeable this season as well. The young talent in this league and what they've done, how they've stepped up to the market. Quite a few clubs, as well, of course, as seeing the likes of Gary Deegan and Greg Bulger moving on, all the experience that they bring and the effect they've had on the clubs they've gone to. It's been an intriguing season so far.
Yeah, Bulger's been fantastic for Sligo Rovers. I think he's one of the signings of the season.
Andy Lyons driving on the inside. Good little run this. Georgie Kelly back to Andy Lyons again. Oh, another brilliant save from Brian Murphy. Oh, it was so close, a hair's breadth away from being 3 for Bohs as they cut a swathe through that Waterford rearguard once more.
I was listening to it was the Johnny and Dan, that LOI Central podcast during the week, and they were talking about Jordan Gibbs, or interviewing Jordan Gibson, who said Owen Doyle was actually the man he called before making the move to Sligo Rovers. And Owen Doyle gave him the big recommendation to get out to the bit of red, and that seems to be working out well for him.
So there you go, Sligo fans. You've Owen Doyle to thank again for something positive happening at the club.
And he's been brilliant as well, hasn't he, over in England? Of course, getting promoted with Bolton as well. And he's been just a fantastic regular goal scorer.
Oh, there's a problem here, and Feely's lost out at Shipamba. Waterford need a big moment here, but he couldn't find the finish. A tame effort in the end, easily taken by Talbot. The first real defensive error of the day for Bohemians. If it ends in defeat for Waterford here today, then they're looking up, as we mentioned earlier, the big gap between themselves and Longford and the likes of Derry, Dundalk, Bohs, Finn Harps. Feely might get away with another one here. Ooh, Shipamba went in late there on Kieran Kelly. Referee's going for the back pocket here, and it's a red card for the half-time Waterford substitute, Isaac Shipamba. And that might be the end of any potential comeback here for Waterford. And in terms of that central midfield area, I think certainly Conor Livingston has justified his inclusion again today.
Yeah, he's been brilliant, absolutely brilliant. He's just so good with the ball, he's just so steady, nothing phases him.
Nice take and turn there from Tierney. Here is Burt, back to Tierney again. Kelly at the back post, Ali Coote arriving in as well. Kelly has taken it away from Burt. Out to the right-hand side, Andy Lyons makes it 3. Oh, beautiful finish. They worked it from left to right, and Andy Lyons arriving right on cue. Involved in the creation of goals in the first half. He's got one himself here, Andy Lyons. And that's the goal that surely seals the points against the 10 men of Waterford. Just running away from Keith Ward. Certainly I know from talking to Dara Doyle, he's disappointed that maybe some of the Longford performances haven't brought the points that they've deserved. But as we mentioned with Waterford earlier, the issue for the sides that are down and around the bottom is scoring goals. If they can remedy that, then who knows. But it's A big task awaiting Longford and Waterford when the league resumes in a few weeks' time. They've got a lot of ground to make up, and Bohemians, in stark contrast, continue to climb up the table and rack up the points after a very slow start. It's 4 wins in 5 now for Keith Long's men as they move on to 20 points, going above Finn Harps and onto the coattails of the top 4.